nuts. And things that we just don't, the spinning head, I mean, that tipped me over and threw me over the edge, but a lot of people don't even see these things anymore. It goes back to that banner ad blindness. There is a class divide, and it's as much a technical skill set divide. The people in this room can employ countermeasures that are somewhat effective, and at the other end of the spectrum, people are just helpless. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk here today is I don't have all the answers. I know people are working on answers, but I think defining a problem well and kind of showing a path, maybe some people will get creative. I wish I could say there's something easy, but I don't see it. Is that sir?
Just two quick comments. One, you're asking where do people learn EU interfaces. I think it's a different mindset. I work with marketing web people. But we look at and we see that's awful. Some of them look at that's wonderful. And it's a completely different mindset. They don't realize anything beyond, they have an idea they want to get forward. They don't realize the downside. Some people are malicious at doing it, but some people are just a completely different mindset than the folks in this room. And the other thing is, you mentioned about ad block. Man, I use an ad block, and my concern, it took a while before I pushed it to that, because you catch the wheat with the check. There are sites that are unobtrusive ads for sites you like that you end up blocking just because you get to a threshold that you can't take it. The flashing, jumping bunnies, the click the monkey. You can't take those anymore, so you end up blocking on sites that you really don't find those ads obtrusive, and that's some of the problems right now.
I know anybody a Grease Monkey user? Comments on that? I mean, does that work for you, or is it? I mean, it requires a lot of overhead getting these things. No.
Not at all. Firefox has a few really good ad blocking, pre-made modules. There's one called Focus@G, which will upload the new ads to be blocked. And I think the Graffiti Research Lab is building an art replacement for the ads. So it'll take the space that has been given to ads and replace it with art. Nice. Cool. Like there are people working to repurpose this stuff.
It'd be nice to see things like this come out by default. I mean, because we've got some basic stuff.
When somebody mentioned this class divide, I'm thinking of Brazil, where all of a sudden you've got tons and tons and tons of people being introduced to free and open source software, and it may be a question of when do you have enough people doing this, but it's not hard to imagine the defaults in Firefox being, ad blockers and kind of avoiding this tyranny of the market.
So I mean that's I think a key when it goes back to the question about the masses. It really has to be installed by default, and it has to more or less work. But then if it's installed by default, people get mad. People make money off this. They don't take kindly to it. So it's a challenge. Yes.
I had a couple of things. First off, these guys right here all work for an ad network across the street.
Yeah.
If you're angry about this. But two things to answer your first question about where do people learn evil interface. There's actually a fundamental flaw in the advertising industry where if one advertiser sees that another company has real world examples, so let's say UGO is an advertising network who has a blatant ass interstitial that expands into a 400 by 400 pixel screen popover, and our ad network, who I probably can't name here, we go out to salespeople, to these media buyers, and they say, well, I saw this on UGO. If you can't do this for me, I'm not going to give you my money. So it's a self-perpetuating cycle where when one company does it, it just spreads instantly.
Starts becoming a standard expectation.
And the other thing that I thought would be important to include in your presentation that you didn't mention is brand recognition and how that filters in. So, for example, we run ads for Windex on our sites, and people hate them. But when they see a Dark Knight or a Hellboy ad, they'll put up with even more intrusive advertising. And the advertisers use this and realize that they say, in some of our meetings, we'll say, like, oh, well, this is for washi users, like a detergent. We have to keep it very minimal. But if we want to go out and do like a World of Warcraft campaign, we can go out and put it in the user's face a little bit more because they'll tolerate it.
Well, yeah, it gets back to the targeted marketing. When you know what your audience is into, they'll tolerate a lot more.
I'd like to ask him a question.
Are you up for fielding a question from the, sir? Would you be up for fielding a question from the audience, or?
If you're working with marketing people who have that mindset, why don't you say, well, then, people get sick of these ads. They're not going to want your project, your product, and perhaps, sell them on a different mindset. Can you ever do that, or is it just about profitability?
Yeah, that's actually that's my position in the company, is I'm the person who's on the other side of the advertisers, who, we have a sales team and there's a couple of layers. So I'm not allowed to go to the meetings with media buyers because I tell them to go fuck themselves. So what our organization tries to do is come up with, and it's actually what we do specifically, is we come up with ideas that are not as intrusive. So we have a set of rules for all of our advertisements with traditional banner ads. But one thing that also hasn't been said here that's important is that there's another issue with the advertising industry's logic, in that when you provide a custom campaign that might be cool, like for example, we did a machinima contest with HP, the HP Blackbird. They were really good. They came to us and said, what can we do to reach a demographic without pissing them off? So users could submit videos made in like World of Warcraft, Counter-Strike. And there was actually one with GLaDOS from Portal that won, where the GLaDOS portal comes in and like blows up the Blackbird